Welcome. My name is Bernardo Vargas, and I am Dr. Nearshoring. And this is manufacturing in Mexico for Dummies. Today's chapter I want to devote to give you an update on the last 2 months. I decided to wait until we have a more clear scenario of what was going to happen with the tariffs that are coming from Mr. Donald Trump, and also how the changes in the judicial power in Mexico and other reforms are playing. Well, first of all, I have to tell you, I'm going to start for the higher level economics. Really, the picture doesn't look very good. In the last quarter of 2024, according to la Secretaría de Economy Secretary, and INEGI, the gross domestic product fall in Mexico to minus 0.6%. So not only Mexico did not grow, but lost, and the gross domestic product contract in minus 0.6%, which is very bad. We lost 406,000 labor jobs. That's by Seguro Social. Seguro Social, as you should remember, it's the Mexican institution that provides social security for it should be for all the workers, but anyway, for some workers, and they have a very good record of all the people going into official activity, regular activity, paying taxes. See, they have an excellent record because the Social Security is supposed to provide services to everybody that is working and paying taxes according to the law. No? So 405,000 positions were lost in December. Only in December. Then the other part is that only the Mexican autocar industry, automotive industry, lost 13.7%. Only in January, decreased the number of cars exported to 219,414. This is the worst January in comparative basis. Comparative basis versus 2008, when North America and actually the rest of the world, we have the economic downturn. Probably you remember, as a result of the bankruptcy in those years, 2008 and 2009, we have an enormous contraction. And then there hasn't been any worse January since then. So that's another indication that the economy is contracting. Then diaries like Reforma, newspapers, El Financiero, The Economist, they are already forecasting through some of their experts that the direct investment, private investment in Mexico is gonna fall 50,000% in 2025, and it's gonna fall also the foreign direct investment, or same rate, 50%. So that's gonna be already a tragedy. But the number, another number that really concerns, is that Banco de Mexico was already forecasting the growth of the domestic product in 2025 in 1.2%, 1.2% in 2024. But now in February already adjusted their forecast to only 0.6%, and that's an authority like Banco de Mexico. So the big problem is gonna come in the deficit, because the expense budget from the government is based in numbers between 2.5 and 3%. That's what the Secretary of Hacienda reported. But now that we're gonna have only 0.6%, let's see that big deficit, where it's gonna come. Of course, debt. And that is gonna be another factor for bringing the crisis. Like I forecast, unfortunately, I do not work as a prophet, but it seems that my words, in some extent, were right, because since May, June, this was easy to see. With the continuation in the government and the reforms only from the Mexican side, and then with the election of Donald Trump. Well, now, this is not counting, this bad situation is not counting all the tariffs impact. If the tariffs impact in the way they are supposed to impact, or in the way Mr. Trump promised to implement, then we're going to have the expectation from the newspapers, experts from newspapers, as The Economist, El Financiero, and also Grupo Reforma, are the domestic internal product is gonna not grow. It's gonna reduce to in minus 2.4%. In other words, we're going to have continuous periods of economy reduction, which is going to put us in the terms and the reality of a crisis. First recession, we're already in a recession because we are just not growing. And then we're going to get into a crisis, with what was the forecast of many people, many experts, that we were going to have in 2025 if this government was continue their mistakes, one after the other, And also we had the factor of Donald Trump impacting Mexican economy and hitting us like his own personal piñata, which is doing one day yes and the other also yes. So inflation, if tariffs are implemented, are considered in a minimum of 7%. I will say it will go to 8 or 9%. And the exchange currency, I think they are very optimistic. They are saying 22 pesos. In my opinion, the exchange currency, dollar peso, by the end of the year is going to reach 24.5 or 25. Yes. So there's bad news in that, and most of it is bad news. But the part of it now in the local situation here in Northeast. Since the last quarter, I've been talking to brokers. Brokers, which main business has been in the last years to sell and accommodate companies and industrial buildings. They are very well connected, and they have a very good reputation and lots of experience. They are seeing a fall from 30% to 40% in almost all the industries in demand of buildings. So for the companies that were looking for a building to move into Monterrey area, the good news is there's already buildings, but nobody wants to come because of the current situation. And I have asked other brokers that work in Chihuahua, or they have business in Chihuahua, Coahuila, and Tamaulipas, and it seems some case worse, some case better. It's all across the board. All across Northeast is looking at this. And also talking to my other partners in different activities, like startup of plants, utilities, installations, machine construction, conveyors, racks, etc., automation. They are seeing also between 20 and 30% fall to their orders, to their revenues, because the economy is contracting. Also, I have touched base with other peers, colleagues, plant managers, and they are losing volume already. So the situation is no good, and it's going to continue in this way and reducing, and we still don't know where we're going to reach the bottom. Probably not this year. Probably this is going to last, this recession and crisis is going to last until 2026, when we finally know what's going to happen with the situation with the tariffs and the politics of the United States, and how Mexico can react and change quickly and in a dynamic way to supply the needs of our first customer in exports. Let's remember that Mexico export 80% of what we export to the United States, and if not, start searching for diversification. And we'll see in the future. My name is, I just want to give you this update. My name is Bernardo Vargas. I am Dr. Nearshoring, and this was manufacturing in Mexico for Dummies. Thank you. I hope to see you very soon in the next chapter. Bye.